Good morning, grade 10s. Today I will show you how to calculate ratios without using your calculator. Now, for instance, cos of 60 degrees. Let's quickly work this out with our calculator. Okay, here's my calculator. Cos of 60 degrees. My calculator, I hope you can see that, is a half or 0.5. 0.5 or a half. Okay. Now, to calculate this without using the calculator, we must first know what are the special angles that I'm talking about. Now, special angles is the 30-degree angle, the 60-degree angle, and the 45-degree angle. That is special angles. Okay. I'm also going to write here 0 and 90 degrees. Okay, this you can work out without with a calculator, and we'll get a certain answer. But later on in trigonometry, you will realize where that 90 degrees and that 0 degrees comes from, where that answer comes from. But at this stage, use your calculators. Okay, so when you see a special angle like that 60 degrees, you draw your special triangles. Now there's two triangles that I'm going to draw. You must study both, and you must know this out of your head. So please go and study this. This is important. The first triangle we call the 45-degree triangle. The reason is that angle is 45 degrees and that angle is 45 degrees. Now it's like an isosceles triangle, so that means that side and that side is equal. We're going to say this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, and when you use Pythagoras, you will see that this is the square root of 2. Now in this triangle, this angle here will be 60 degrees, and the angle there at the top, 30 degrees. Okay, now the sizes for these sides will be 1, the hypotenuse will be 2, and this vertical side here will be the square root of 3. So please go and study this. Now let's try and do this cos of 60 degrees now without using our calculators. Okay, step 1, you must first see that this is 60 degrees, it is a special angle. Now you must draw your special triangles. Second step is you must go and stand in that angle that they want you to work from. So here's my 60-degree angle. I'm standing here. Now I must identify the sides again. This is the adjacent side, the side next to that angle. That will be the opposite side, and this is going to be the hypotenuse. Now you must go back to SOHCAHTOA. So cos is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Sorry, adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, so I'm going to stand there. Adjacent is here, hypotenuse is there. So it's A over H. So it's 1 over 2. And that was the same answer that we got here. Okay, let's do another example. Okay, here's a question. They want to know what is the tan of 60 degrees minus the cos of 30 degrees. The first thing is special angles. So I must go and stand there in the 60-degree angle. So this will be my opposite hypotenuse and my adjacent side. Tan is opposite over adjacent. So it's going to be the square root of 3 over 1. So in the place of tan of 60 degrees, I'm going to write the square root of 3 over 1 minus the cos of 30 degrees. Now, it's important, this side is going to change now. The because we will be working in this angle now. So, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Sorry. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. I'm standing in this angle now, so the adjacent side will be this one, the opposite is going to be there, and the hypotenuse stays the same. So, adjacent over hypotenuse, so it's going to be the square root of 3 over 2. Square root of 3 over 2. And now we must just simplify this. We must get the lowest common denominator, so that will be 2. And let me do it like this. I'm going to multiply by 2, because 2 is the lowest common denominator. So that will give me 2 square root of 3. 2 multiply the square root of 3 over 2 minus the square root of 3 over 2. Okay. So it's a common denominator now, so I can use that denominator. It's going to be 2. I'm going to say it is the square root of 2 square root of 3 minus the square root of 3. Okay. Now this is like 2x's minus 1x. Gives you 1x. So 2 of its square roots minus 1 of that square roots is going to give you 1 of that square roots over 2. I think there's enough time for another example. Let's try this one. Cos square 45 degrees. Now I told you when you get something like this, you can rewrite that as cos of 45 degrees in brackets square. Okay, now we must remember what cos is. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. I see this is a special angle, so I go to my special triangle. Now you can stand here or there, doesn't matter. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm standing here. Adjacent is this side, hypotenuse is this side here. So it's going to be 1 over the square root of 2. So in the place of cos of 45 degrees, I can write there 1 over the square root of 2. But now I must remember it was in brackets and it was to the power 2. 1 to the power of 2 gives me 1. Square root of 2 multiplied by square root of 2 will give me 2. So the answer there is a half. Last thing to remember, when you get questions like 0 degrees or 90 degrees, use your calculators. No one will know because there is a way to work that out, but that we will find out later in our next lessons. Okay, but for now you can use a calculator. Yeah, you will either get an error on your calculator or a 1 or 0. Okay, for your homework, you can do number D, E, F, G, H and I of exercise 3, page 87. See you again soon. Bye bye.